Hey team, Will Schneider, Elite Martial Arts, Kentucky. Driving back from Nashville, heading to Richmond. I'm going to teach tonight. I'm going to try to roll afterwards. I did my first roll in kickboxing last week for the year. So post-surgery and trying to get it back, right? Happy St. Paddy's Day to everybody, by the way. All right, so today I want to talk about something that I just watched a really cool podcast on how to scale your business. But it made me thinking too about watch out for false growth, okay? Here's what I mean by that, okay? And I'm not trying to pick out anybody in particular or even any of my locations in particular. But some may say, hey, I got this space. We're busy. We're bursting at the seams. Okay? Well, let's face it. What you want in business is to be the most profitable, right? That's your goal, is profit. You know, there's that book out there called Profit First. Your goal when you open up a business, when you sign a lease, is profit. Okay, yeah, you want to change lives and this and that, true. But when you sign that lease as a for-profit business, you're there to make a good profit. Now, with that profit, you help change the world, right? And your family and all that good stuff. But, you know, you have to have profit. So I say that meaning that, you know, I see some people, they'll say, hey, man, we're booked, we're slam-packed. Students complain or members complain, hey, man, you need a bigger space. And then we fall for that, right? Well, what I would say is look at your place and say, hey, for one, what can you do to open up more spaces, right? Are you open 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week? Okay. I know some places that have like 2,000 square foot and they're open literally 7 days a week. You may say, well, Schneider, I don't want to work on Sundays. Who said you're going to do it, right? I mean, if you're making that much profit, you can easily afford another part-time instructor, coach, what have you. So first thing I would look at, if you're having some growing pains, some good problems there, is I would look at, are you maximizing your class schedule? Are you putting 15 minutes downtime between classes? Don't need to do that. All your classes should be back to back to back to back. Okay? That's how you maximize it. I was talking to a friend of mine. He owns a chain of karate schools, and he's got literally like 9 classes a night. They're all 30 minutes and 15 minutes, and then the teen adults like 45 minutes. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he just got all spread out because he doesn't want you showing all up at the same time, right? So if you notice, the new trend nowadays is not bigger, but more boutique-style gyms and dojos. If all I did was just karate and not after school, believe me, I would have 12 to 1,500 square foot, no more than 2,000, unless I had, like, mega schools, and I would go for profit, right? You know, that's all I would go for, smaller and very efficient. Okay, if you look at probably some of your favorite pizza joints, favorite hamburger places, they're probably not the biggest places. They're probably the places that got a line out the door, right? Everybody wants to get in. Everybody wants a slice of that pizza. You know, everybody wants that hamburger, and they're willing to wait forever because they just became the one. So what I would say is, why beware false growth, meaning, oh man, we're packed. Like in my business, on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, we're packed. Well, that's great. What about the other 5 days a week, right? And then what do you do if you get busy? Like, all right, Schneider, so what do I do about it? Well, A, what you do is just like in golf and other things, you have people reserve their class times, right? When you sign up for college, your classes are on these days and these times, okay? We need to be the same way. You know, so if you're having issues, you need to look at your class schedule. I remember talking to Kiyoshi DePalma one time, and I said, sir, I says, let's say we're bursting at the seams. Do we, A, expand and take over the next space and double our overhead, basically? I said, or B, do we go open up another location, another revenue center on the other end of town? And he said, I would rather open up another revenue center. So just look at that, beware false growth, okay? And before you do any of this stuff, make sure you know your profit loss statement like the back of your hand, okay? Know how to read one. Make sure you have a good CPA. I actually just let my CPA go, and we're hiring a new one because they weren't doing a good enough job. So make sure your P&L should be guiding you through all this. Okay, and if you don't have that down yet, fix that first. Okay, don't just look at your CRM, look at your P&L. And, you know, if you're making revenue and this and that, cool. And here's where you also got to watch out for false growth or fool's gold. What if you got a class full, you're packed, but yet you're charging 1990s prices, right? I know my dad, when we started karate in 87, I think he was paying $55 a month. Well, if you use that for inflation to today's dollars, sorry, give me 1 second here. Here we go. If you use that for inflation for today's dollars, it's like 120, 130 a month, you know? So anyway, you know, are you charging the right price? Because you may have a room full of people and you may find out that they're all paying, or they're not paying, but they're paying maybe below market value. You may need to up your prices. And then look at too, are you hitting your revenue streams of pro shop sales? Are they all wearing your colors or your t-shirts? You know, are you hitting revenues of certifications? You know, are you testing on a set schedule? Or is it the old 1980s, oh, they test when I say they're ready crap, which is, I don't know what that means. You know, I didn't say you have to pass everybody. I said just have a set schedule of testing. That's all. So anyway, look at that stuff. Beware false growth, you know. And when you get to that point, make sure your schedule reflects where it needs to. And then, you know, don't be afraid to work hard, okay? Meaning that, you know, I remember I had a Korean master one time. He said, when you're closed for business, you're closed for business. Okay, so some guys will brag, hey man, I never have to go in, da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, the school's open like 2-3 nights a week and that's it. That's not to brag on, all right? You know, in order to hit your goals, you may have to be open more often. But again, if you're rocking it well, you have plenty of staff that can do it. You know, they're working the weekends. My goal right now, my company, as we grow, I want to work Monday through Thursday in the office. I want to teach one class a week in one of the locations and then my instructor class. And then I want to be off on Fridays. You know, that's my eventual goal, and I'm kind of doing that anyway right now. So again, beware false growth, know your numbers, and do you have plenty of class options available to where you can ease some of that stuff that's coming in? You know, we all know when you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym Tuesdays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays maybe from 4 to 8 is busy time. But there's also, 22 other hours of the day. All right, guys, I'll have you got any questions, and have a great day.